What up, world? It's your guy, Vic XL, and this is the Country Rap Report. All right, I got to start this thing off by saying happy holidays to everybody out there and happy new year. Hopefully 2021 will bring you more than 2020 brought all of us, all right? Hopefully we'll come up out of this pandemic. Hopefully we'll be able to go outside and hopefully we'll be able to have some fun. Be safe, everybody. Please bring in the new year safely, all right? I want to see everybody around for the entire year. All right, so let's get into it with this Country Rap Report. Today, I want to give my reaction or my review or my feedback or whatever you choose to call it to what I consider a very, very, very monumental event that happened in country rap, in the country rap genre. Okay, everyone knows that the number one country rap artist is Ryan Upchurch. In 2020 alone, Ryan Upchurch had over 24 million streams on Spotify alone. It has nothing to do with YouTube, has nothing to do with any other streaming platform. On Spotify alone, Ryan Upchurch had 24 million plus streams. Okay? All right, so Ryan Upchurch closed the year with a big move, especially when it comes to the genre of country rap. Ryan Upchurch appeared on what I consider one of hip-hop's top 5 podcasts, okay? Ryan Upchurch was a guest on the No Jumper podcast hosted by Adam22. Now, the No Jumper podcast has over 1 million subscribers. They do numerous different forms of original programming on their channel, so make sure you visit them on the No Jumper channel. But him appearing on this podcast, in my opinion, can do a lot of things for the country rap genre. Okay, now, and when I say a lot of things for the country rap genre, I mean that because I know that country rap is hip hop. Okay, a lot of people might not feel this way. But me being a fan of country rap, being a lover of country rap, no matter what anyone feels, it is a form of hip-hop. And the reason I say that and stand by that, if you look up the term hip-hop has 5 elements. Rap is one of the elements of hip-hop. So you can't be a country rap artist, rap, and not be a part of the culture. So we all got to embrace that. If you're rapping, you're part of the hip-hop culture. Now, your subject matter might make you feel like it's not hip-hop. Well, no, it's not trap rap. It's not gangster rap. It's not conscious rap. It's country rap. But it is still part of hip-hop. This podcast is viewed by a lot of hip-hop fans. So, number one, Ryan Upchurch appearing on the podcast is going to make country rap fans hopefully follow the podcast, and they'll learn more about other genres of music. Number two, hopefully, a lot of people who are normally or regular fans of No Jumper will now follow Ryan Upchurch, and that will open up more minds to the genre of country rap. Now, you know, I'm on a major push. I want to see country rap as a category when it comes to the CMTs, all right, or the Country Music Awards, so the CMAs. I want to see country rap get its well-deserved award. Now, for all those who are just getting aboard the country rap, it's not new. It's not brand new. It's been around a while. And actually, Ryan talked about that in the interview. But let me go over some key points in this interview, some of the things that he discussed, that I'm glad he discussed, that I feel like I didn't know, a lot of fans might not know, or maybe he reconfirmed some things to a lot of people. So I'm just going to go over some key points from the podcast that I was glad to hear. First and foremost, Upchurch is a high school dropout. Now, a lot of you people might not know that, but he's a high school dropout. He dropped out of high school, and he started doing construction to pass his time by and to make some money. Now, he's not encouraging anyone to drop out of school, but he is a high school dropout. But this is a prime example that you can still follow your dreams and become very, very successful, all right? So, he dropped out of high school. He started doing a little construction here and there, stacking his money. But he always had a love for hip-hop and rap. All right? He always loved rap. Matter of fact, he says one of the first rap albums that really got his attention and he listened to on a consistent basis was Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent. Now, he did mention and he did note that the rap album that he listened to the most as he was starting to pursue hip-hop and realized that he could rap was an album by former boxing champion Roy Jones Jr. Now, Adam 22, I love you as a journalist, but I was very shocked that you did not know that Roy Jones Jr., the former welterweight champion of the world, former middleweight champion of the world, former heavyweight champion of the world, released a rap album. Matter of fact, not only did he release one rap album, he released two. His first album was in 2002, and it was called Round One. Y'all must have forgot. And his second album was released in 2004, and it was called The Body Head Bangers. And it actually had a chart-topping hit, I Smoke, I Drank, whatever. Y'all know the rest of it. All right? So, that's a little history lesson. Roy Jones did have two albums on his belt. But Ron Upchurch definitely credits that project to him realizing that he could actually do it. Plus, not to mention, he actually got a chance to meet Roy Jones Jr. Because if you go on his Instagram, you'll see Ron has a picture of himself, Roy Jones Jr., his grandfather, because his grandfather was a big advocate in the chicken and rooster fighting, and Roy Jones Jr. Was too. So that's actually a little history, a little dope thing to know that he admired Roy Jones, got a chance to meet him, and he's one of his major influences when it comes to rapping. Now, most people, you'll rarely hear anyone say Roy Jones Jr. is a damn influence when it comes to rapping because everybody feel like Roy should have kept his ass in that damn ring, and I agree. But hey, he did do his thing when it came to rapping. Now, this is a couple things that really shocked me. He stated in the interview that this was actually his maybe third or fourth plane trip. Now, that shocked me, being an artist who has over 19 releases. This is only the third time he's actually been on a plane, which means all these shows he's been doing over the past 6 years, he's been driving. Woo! Shit! That's a lot of driving. But I was shocked that Vic Excel has been on the plane more times than Ron Upchurch. I'm sure once the pandemic is over, he'll surpass me. But he's only had three major plane trips, and actually this was his first ever major interview. That shocked me too. That means none of the country music radio stations have invited him up. No major platform has actually had an opportunity to talk to Ron Upchurch about his come up and about his music. So I was very shocked to learn about that. Now, as the interview proceeded, Adam started getting into some of the topics that I've always felt like if I ever get an opportunity to talk to Ron Upchurch, I would. And that was the topic of how he feels about his newfound fame, and actually the topic of the Confederate flag. And he actually answered those questions in a manner that made me gain a lot of respect for him. First and foremost, he definitely understands that people throughout the country are going to have different opinions when it comes to the flag. Some love it, some hate it, some disagree, some agree. And he is not here to make anyone agree. He is not here to make anyone argue. Matter of fact, he feels like you can have very prosperous relationships with each other without that ever even being a topic, because it's just your belief. Whatever you choose to believe, as long as your beliefs are not detrimental to any other race of any other gender or any other person's beliefs, then those are just your beliefs. But you don't have to try to impose them on anyone. You don't have to try to make anyone feel like you feel. You ain't got to beat nobody down. I mean, Ron just feels like that he really would love to see a world that actually work together in unity, even though we have different beliefs, come together for common goals and get goals accomplished as one. And that made me feel a lot better about him as a person, because sometimes me, myself personally, I definitely didn't know where he stood when it came to that. But I respect anyone who upholds the heritage they feel that comes along with the Confederate flag. I respect that. As long as you're not out trying to hurt people, trying to be racist or put people down, hold on to your heritage. Hold on to your belief. Just don't hold on to any hate. So I was really, really glad he kind of cleared it up, and it gave me a better feeling about him as a person and as an artist. All right, now, I mentioned that Adam actually dropped out of school. He didn't finish, but he definitely started to pursue his music in the 12th grade. He said he done a project in the 12th grade. It was completely trash. It was trash, he said. He admitted that it was trash. You know, most artists think all their shit is dope. He said it was trash. Matter of fact, he fell out with the producer, and the producer deleted it. And I'm going to be honest, he didn't sound like he was upset that the producer deleted it. So if you're out there and you got that first project by Ryan Upchurch, holler at your boy. I would love to hear and see what Ryan was rapping about on that first project. But he said, after that happened, he continued to work construction, continued to do his thing, saved up his money, and 4 years later, he got back in the studio, and 4 years later, he released his first project, which was Cheatham County, which done very, very well. It made people start to respect what he do or what he does when it comes to being a country rap artist. It definitely kicked down some doors for a lot of artists. Now, he openly admits that he is definitely not the first person to introduce the world to country rap. He gave it up to artists like Moonshine Bandits, The Lax, Colt Ford, just to name a few. He definitely doesn't want the credit of being the number one country rap artist or even being the forefather of it, because there was people doing it before him. Now, Adam asked him, how does he come up with his sound? And that's when I realized that this guy is not just a country rap artist. He's actually a musical genius, because he does country rap, but he also does rock. He says he locks in with his main producer, Stoner, and they just come up with ideas on whatever type of music they're doing. So there's not a true formula. It's more about a feeling, how he's feeling at the moment and the type of project he chooses to work on. But he did state that country rap fans are very, very honest, very loyal, and they understand if you're faking it. They truly understand if you fake, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do. If your ass is just out there with some overalls on and a tomato saying, hey, I'm a country rapper, and last week you was a gangster rapper, he knows that country rap fans definitely are true to the genre, and they'll know if you're faking. So all you artists out there who are thinking about jumping up on the country rap genre side, be true to it. Do a little fact checking. Do a little studying of the genre before you just jump on the mic, because the fans will let you know very, very, very fast. All right? He also spoke about him growing up in Nashville, being around all the big wigs in Nashville, and he talked about how Nashville within itself, being the country music capital of the world, can give a lot of artists a lot of false hope and false pretenses when it comes to getting their music to the next level. And he just wish artists, if you come to Nashville to do your thing, do it. But do just that. Do you. Be confident about the shit you're trying to do. Don't look for a label to come in and save your life. Be an entrepreneur. Be the type of person that your value is so high that the label can't afford you like himself. He said he's had several meetings about his career, but all the labels that he meet with, they want pieces of his catalog, a little here, a little there, and that's something he's not willing to give up. And you know what? I feel him there. I always feel like all artists do as much as you can on behalf of yourself. Know your worth, keep working, keep grinding, and make the labels come to you. That way you can slam the door in their faces the way labels have slammed the doors in the faces of artists for years. All right? He also spoke about with fame comes a responsibility of transparency, at least for him. He feels like it's very important that he is transparent with his fans, whether it's the ups, the downs, the highs, and the lows. He talked about an event that happened. It was a birthday party. There was some four-wheeler crashes. One of the fans said that he spit in their face. It was just chaos. He spoke about that issue and how he made the news. He also spoke about an issue that a lot of people have judged or a lot of people know about. He didn't call her name, but he spoke on his issue. Hold on. He spoke on his situation with Katie Noel. Now, he didn't mention Katie Noel's name. I'm mentioning Katie Noel's name because a lot of people who don't know who Katie Noel is or know about the issue, and they might be wondering who he was talking about when Adam 22 was asking him about going ballistic on the internet about a relationship. The female he was speaking of was Katie Noel. All right. Now, Ryan and Katie Noel actually released some music together. I'm not sure if they had just a musical relationship, if they were actually dating, or if it was a sexual relationship. I'm not sure what it was. But at some point in time, after they recorded the records they did, the relationship met its demise. Per Ryan, he rolled over and he grabbed her boob. And when he woke up in the morning, she was gone. And he really didn't know what was up with that. Now, for those who don't know Katie Noel is a lesbian. Okay? She's a lesbian artist. She's in a relationship with a female artist named Autumn Brooke. But Ryan, like a lot of men, he felt like, hey man, I'll be the man if I can make this lesbian go straight. So that is, I guess, what he was attempting to do, and that didn't work out. I don't know the details of the relationship, and he didn't get into details other than the fact that he rolled over, grabbed her boob, she left. And but he did know she was a lesbian. Now, and I'm only speaking on this because I see a lot of people who've rushed to judgment when it comes to Katie Noel. And until we hear Katie Noel's side, I don't personally think that's cool. But the internet is for y'all to judge, and y'all probably gonna feel a certain way about me by speaking on it. I'm not saying Ryan was wrong. I'm not saying Katie was wrong. I think there was definitely some form of miscommunication and misunderstanding. But I see a lot of people trolling Katie and saying a lot of hurtful things, and the only thing I can say is she deserves the right to have a career just like anyone else. So big ups to Katie Noel. Big ups to Ryan for speaking on it and not trashing her. And hopefully we'll one day, hopefully Adam 22 will bring Katie Noel to No Jumper. Maybe she can tell her story without making it detrimental to Ryan also. All right, but I definitely like the way he handled it. I think he handled it with class. He put a little humor to it. And we all know Ryan Upchurch is a funny-ass guy when it comes to social media. So, actually, also, Adam 22 asked him about, with newfound fame, does he feel like a target? Do he feel like a lot of people use him to create an algorithm? Or do a lot of people use him when it comes to creating clickbait? And he mentioned yes. Now, he says, as a rapper, people are always coming after him. But he is definitely not the type to respond to everybody who comes at Ryan Upchurch or mentions Ryan Upchurch name in their verse. He's not with that. If your ass got 100 followers, you can Ryan Upchurch all you want. He's not responding to you, period, point blank. But he did mention a situation I did not know about where he actually got into a battle, basically. And I think they done a few songs, and it was with a rapper, blogger, rapper, whatever you choose to call him, by the name of Screwface Joan. All right? Screwface Joan is known for doing reaction videos. At one point in time, he gave Ryan Upchurch a bad review, a bad reaction to a song, and that led to a back and forth verbal, lyrical battle. All right, I'm going to say this. Screwface Joan, I don't know you. I have never even watched any of your reaction videos. But the one thing I'm going to say is, as an African American, when in verbal combat, we cannot always play the race card. And I did go listen to his diss records, and he attempted to play the race card. Bro, you did not do enough research, and that's why you got waxed, okay? I'm not sure if it hurt Screwface Jones' career as a blogger, but it definitely helped Ryan's career as a MC because he showed the world that he can go toe-to-toe if someone comes after his neck. Now, I know there's some other diss records out there geared towards Ryan, like I think there's a diss record from Hozier, another country rap artist, maybe another one from Shotgun Shane, but I know there are other records aimed at Ryan Upchurch, but Screwface Jones, he definitely chose to fire back on, and he definitely held his own, did his thing, and waxed that ass. All right. Now, as this interview was coming to a close, he definitely got a chance to ask Ryan Upchurch some key things like, relationships. And Ron definitely stated that he is definitely married to his music. Okay, he's married to his music, and if he's involved with anyone who doesn't understand that he needs his solace, he needs his time to go right, to be in the studio, and if you're being in a relationship with him and you don't understand those things, then a relationship with him probably wouldn't work, because he's definitely pursuing his career to the fullest. Now, he did state at this point in his career, he has accomplished everything he set out to accomplish, period. So everything moving forward is just icing on the cake for him. But it's still fun, and he still loves doing it. He also stated that, when he does his shows, he opens it up for artists to have an opportunity to perform with independent artists. He mentioned that he brings a female country singer along, and he also brings along country rapper Leroy Biggs, who is definitely doing his thing. He's dope too, y'all. Check Leroy out. All right, but he keeps those doors open for independent artists to have an opportunity to pursue their thing, and for his fan base to see those people, and maybe they'll be able to put themselves and their families in a better position. He talked about his future goals. He definitely, at this point, he's guiding into the booking market. He looks forward to acting and racing. So I can't wait to see Ryan in an acting role. And I definitely want to see him behind the wheel of maybe a NASCAR or some type of vehicle. I think that'll be dope. At this moment, he stated one of his proudest moments was Elton John actually knowing who he was, because Elton John was on the podcast and he mentioned Ryan Upchurch, but he also played a song by Upchurch, and he said that made him feel knightly. He felt like a god just knowing that Elton John knew who he was. Now, the $20 million question he asked before the interview ended was, how did he feel about Old Town Road by Lil Nas X? Now, I know a lot of country rappers, and I know a lot of country rappers who don't respect Lil Nas X. And I'm going to tell you, me, myself, personally, I respect Lil Nas X as an artist, but I don't like him being placed in the country rap genre. Matter of fact, I don't like any artist placed in the country rap genre who doesn't do country rap. Like, if you make a country rap song, that doesn't mean you embody the genre. Now, Ryan Upchurch stated he did not have any issues with Lil Nas X as a person. As a matter of fact, he's never met him. But he did say he completely understood why the song did what it did, why they marketed the song the way they did. So he understood the success that came along with it. And he feels like, hey man, this man created a record that he will be able to eat and feed his family off of for the rest of his life. So he understood that. But he doesn't feel like that song embodies country rap, and I agree with Ryan Upchurch. Old Town Road does not embody country rap. Matter of fact, there was an artist named Lil Tracy who had a song very, very similar, and for whatever reason, it didn't go like Old Town Road did. I don't know why. Maybe the powers that be. Who knows why something get big and something doesn't. But that's the way it went. All right, but all in all, man, I definitely give the interview a A+, a thumbs up, 100%, whatever you want to give it. I think it was a very, very dope interview. I think it was very, very enlightening, and I hope it opens the world up for people to pay attention and pay respect to country rap. All right? Country rap for the Grammys. Country rap for the Grammys, all right? We got to see country rap at the Grammys. We got to see country rap at the Country Music Awards, all right? We're going to push this thing. All right, it's your boy, Vic XL, and I am a lover of the genre of country rap. I've been following it forever, and I want to see it get big, big, big.